China and India are often compared on the world stage. Both countries are home to over 1 billion people. Both have ancient civilizations and rich cultures. However, their economic journeys have been quite different. China's economy is significantly larger and more developed than India's. This difference is reflected in various economic indicators, including the total size of their economies, or GDP, and the average income of their citizens, known as per capita income. China's economic transformation began in the late 1970s. This period marked a turning point as the country embraced market-oriented reforms. India, on the other hand, began its journey toward economic liberalization in the early 1990s. This difference in timing has played a significant role in shaping their economic trajectories. Today, China stands as the world's second-largest economy. It is a global manufacturing powerhouse and a major player in international trade. India, while still a developing economy, holds the position of the world's fifth-largest economy. It has emerged as a hub for information technology and services. Understanding the factors behind China's economic outpacing of India offers valuable insights for policymakers and economists alike. In the late 1970s, China embarked on a path of economic reforms. This period, under the leadership of Deng Xiaoping, marked a turning point in the nation's history. Moving away from a centrally planned economy, China began to embrace market-oriented policies. This shift opened the doors to foreign investment and allowed private enterprises to flourish. One of the key elements of these reforms was the establishment of special economic zones, or SEZs. These zones were strategically located along China's coastline. They offered tax incentives and streamlined regulations to attract foreign businesses. This move proved to be a masterstroke, turning these zones into engines of export-oriented growth. The influx of foreign capital and technology fueled rapid industrialization. Factories sprung up across the country, churning out goods for the global market. China's workforce, known for its discipline and low wages, became a magnet for multinational corporations seeking to lower production costs. This combination of factors, market reforms, foreign investment, and a vast labor pool propelled China's economy forward at an unprecedented pace. The country's GDP soared, lifting millions out of poverty and transforming China into a global economic powerhouse. India's journey towards economic liberalization began later than China's. It was in the early 1990s that India initiated a series of reforms aimed at dismantling the license Raj. This system of bureaucratic controls had stifled entrepreneurship and innovation for decades. The reforms aimed to open up the Indian economy, encouraging competition and attracting foreign investment. The 1991 reforms marked a significant shift in India's economic policy. They paved the way for the growth of sectors like information technology and pharmaceuticals. These industries leveraged India's highly skilled workforce and lower labor costs to compete globally. However, India's reforms were not as comprehensive or as rapidly implemented as China's. Bureaucratic hurdles, infrastructure bottlenecks, and social inequalities continued to pose challenges. The pace of economic growth, while impressive, remained slower than that of China. Despite these challenges, India's economy has made significant strides since 1991. It has emerged as a major player in the global services sector, particularly in areas like software development and business process outsourcing. The country's burgeoning middle class and youthful population offer immense potential for future growth. The economic disparity between China and India is starkly evident when comparing their gross domestic product, or GDP. GDP, a measure of the total value of goods and services produced within a country's borders, serves as a key indicator of economic size and health. In 2024, China's GDP stood at approximately $18.5 trillion. This staggering figure is roughly 5 times larger than India's GDP of around $3.9 trillion. This disparity highlights the sheer scale of China's economic output and its dominant position in the global economy. Several factors contribute to China's significantly larger GDP. Its early embrace of market reforms, aggressive investments in infrastructure, and focus on export-oriented manufacturing have propelled its economic growth. China has effectively leveraged its vast labor pool and manufacturing prowess to become the world's factory. Section 5. The gap in living standards, per capita income. the gap in economic development between China and India becomes even more apparent when we consider per capita income. This metric, which divides a country's GDP by its population, provides a snapshot of the average income earned by its citizens. It serves as a proxy for the standard of living within a nation. In 2024, China's per capita GDP stood at approximately $25,000. This figure, while still below that of developed nations, represents a significant improvement over the past few decades. In contrast, India's per capita GDP in 2024 was around $3,000, highlighting a considerable income disparity between the two Asian giants. The difference in per capita income reflects the uneven distribution of economic gains within both nations. While China has made remarkable progress in lifting millions out of poverty, income inequality remains a concern. Similarly, India grapples with widespread poverty and a vast informal economy. Section 6. Factors driving China's economic engine. Several key factors have contributed to China's rapid economic development, enabling it to outpace India in terms of GDP, per capita income, and overall economic prowess. Early embrace of market reforms. China's decision to initiate economic reforms in the late 1970s, earlier than India, provided a significant head start. These reforms, characterized by the opening up to foreign investment and the encouragement of private enterprise, unleashed a wave of economic activity. Massive infrastructure development. China made strategic and substantial investments in its infrastructure, including roads, railways, ports, and energy grids. This robust infrastructure facilitated the efficient movement of goods and people, lowered transportation costs, and attracted foreign investment. Focus on export-oriented manufacturing. China strategically positioned itself as the world's factory, focusing on producing low-cost manufactured goods for the global market. This export-driven growth model fueled rapid industrialization and created millions of jobs. Section 7. India's challenges and opportunities. While India's economy has made significant strides, several challenges have hindered its growth compared to China. Addressing these challenges is crucial for India to unlock its full economic potential. Bureaucratic hurdles and red tape. India's infamous bureaucracy, often characterized by complex regulations and lengthy approval processes, has stifled entrepreneurship and hindered investment. Streamlining regulations and reducing bureaucratic hurdles are essential for fostering a more business-friendly environment. Infrastructure bottlenecks. Inadequate infrastructure, particularly in areas such as transportation, logistics, and power supply, has hampered India's economic growth. Addressing these infrastructure bottlenecks is crucial for improving connectivity, reducing transportation costs, and attracting investment. Social inequality and poverty. Despite economic progress, India continues to grapple with high levels of poverty and social inequality. Bridging this gap and ensuring inclusive growth are essential for achieving sustainable and equitable development. Section 8. Learning from each other, a path to shared prosperity. Despite their different economic trajectories, both China and India can learn valuable lessons from each other's experiences. Collaboration and knowledge sharing can pave the way for shared prosperity in the region. India can learn from China's focus on infrastructure development. Emulating China's approach to large-scale infrastructure investments can help India overcome its infrastructure bottlenecks and unlock its economic potential. Emphasis on manufacturing. Promoting manufacturing and attracting foreign investment in this sector can create jobs, boost exports, and drive economic growth. China can learn from India's success in the IT and services sector. China can learn from India's expertise in information technology and services to diversify its economy and move up the value chain. Democratic institutions and processes. While China's authoritarian model has facilitated rapid economic growth, India's democratic institutions provide a framework for inclusive governance and long-term stability. Section 9. Conclusion. The future of economic power in Asia. China's economic outpacing of India is a testament to the transformative power of market-oriented reforms, strategic investments in infrastructure, and a focus on export-oriented manufacturing. While India has made impressive strides, addressing its bureaucratic hurdles, infrastructure bottlenecks, and social inequalities is crucial for unlocking its full economic potential. As the two Asian giants continue their economic ascent, their choices and actions will have profound implications for the global order. collaboration, knowledge sharing, and a commitment to sustainable and inclusive growth will be essential for ensuring a prosperous and stable future for both nations and the wider region.